The entrance of a house is the place where all the positive energies are supposed to come to your house. If you have errors in the entrance of your house, all of these positive energies are going to go away. I visit a lot of houses, and during my visits, I have observed these 5 common mistakes people often make at their house entrances, which causes their house to lack positive energy. In this video, I am going to share 5 most common mistakes that you should definitely avoid at your house entrance to make sure that your house remains full with positive energy. The first very common mistake I find people make is with the size of the doormat. Whether you live in an apartment or in a bungalow, the size of the doormat that you use at your main entrance should always be either equal to the width of the door or slightly larger. It should never be smaller than the width of the door. If in your house you've used a doormat which is smaller than the width of your door, then make sure you change it right away. The second most common mistake I find people make is keeping the entrance in dark. House is in an apartment which is in a corridor space and has common lighting, and even if it is a bungalow, make sure there is always light at your entrance. If the corridor of your lobby space is dark, then use a white light bulb or a tube light at the entrance foyer area so that it's always lit with light. And if you get enough natural sunlight throughout the day, then make sure during the evening when sun starts to set, you switch on the white light at the entrance so that your entrance is never in darkness and it is always lit with white colored light. The third very common mistake people make is leaving their garbage bins at the entrance door. Well, I do understand the garbage collector comes to your house and it is just convenient to leave your bin right outside the door so he can pick it up. But then even if you're doing this, then make sure you remove the bin as soon as he has emptied it. Do not let it stay over there for hours. Even if you follow this practice, make sure that the bin is staying over there only for 15 minutes or 20 minutes and not like for 2 hours. Imagine entering into a new space and having the smell of garbage or looking at garbage right at the entrance. It's not a good feeling, right? Therefore, try to avoid this mistake as much as possible. The fourth very common mistake I find people doing is with their shoe racks. Well, I do understand that you need to keep your shoe rack right outside your house in case of an apartment or in a house. It's somewhere close to your entrance. But then even if you're doing that, then make sure you use a covered shoe rack and not an open shoe rack. And even if you are removing your shoes on the floor directly, then make sure they're properly arranged. They should not be in a messed up situation. Ideal case scenario would be to have a closed shoe rack where you can directly keep the shoes inside and they're not lying outside everywhere around your entrance. The fifth most common mistake people make is having plants at the entrance. Well, this is not a mistake, but the thing is there are certain directions where having plants at your entrance can be beneficial, but there are directions where having plants at your entrance is not so good. So if your entrance direction is somewhere around the north or northeast or east, in that case it is really good that you can add green colored plants over there. But if your entrance is around southwest or west or northwest, in that case avoid using plants for decor purpose at the entrance because they're not going to help you as much. Well, these were the 5 common mistakes that people often make at the entrances. And if you found yourself guilty for making any of these mistakes, then make sure you rectify it as soon as possible. For more Vastu related tips, subscribe to my channel Savii Elevating Life, and don't forget to click on the bell icon to get notified for the latest Vastu related videos. And if you want to get in touch with me for a consultation, you can DM me through any of these channels mentioned on your screen. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.